guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my YouTube videos today. So today I wanted to do a video that felt very topical from themes that I've had, experiencing with my friends, myself, and in my client sessions too, in my coaching sessions over the last few weeks. So I thought that this was the perfect time to do a video on 5 signs that the inner work is paying off. Now, the inner work sometimes can feel repetitive, it can feel never ending, and definitely over May and June, we have been experiencing this with summer solstice, with 5 to 7 retrogrades, depending on what time of the month we were in, with eclipse season going on. There has been so much energetically going on between the middle of May to pretty much the end of June, going into July, that I thought this was the perfect time to talk about the inner work a bit more and 5 signs that it is paying off. Because I feel right now from conversations I've had, like I said, that people need this, and also that the inner work is being, highlighted right now as well. So here is my 5 signs that the inner work is paying off. Number 1 is that you feel less triggered. So when you're doing the inner work and when you are witnessing the wounds and triggers that are coming up for yourself, when you're doing that inner work and working to heal those traumas or heal those wounds or fears, you are going to notice that if something in the future comes up, for example, which triggers that fear, triggers that trauma, that emotion, that you will feel less triggered by it. Now, how healing works is it's not linear. It's not like you do it once and you're clean sort of thing. Sometimes those thoughts, those patterns, they can come back up, but it's your comeback rate that is the best way to gauge as such of your healing rate, or whether it's getting better, etc. So it's not to say those things will never come up again. So also don't be alarmed if those things are coming up for you. It's not that you haven't done the work or that it's not working. It's that a new layer has come up. Healing comes in layers. Look at it like an onion. You peel away one layer, you heal that. There's going to be another layer. It will be less and less and less. But the more you work through those layers, you're going to be able to feel at peace with that situation, that trigger, that wound, whatever it may be. So look at your comeback rate. When you feel triggered, whether it's now or in the future with that same scenario, how does it make you feel? You're going to notice each time you work through that layer, through that onion layer of healing with that trigger, wound, or trauma, that it gets less and less and less, so that you can witness when you feel triggered. You can witness maybe when it's, setting you off, but then you can witness your comeback rate and see that it's getting less and less and less. So don't judge yourself upon having the thoughts or having the fears or feeling it. Be kind to yourself and look at your comeback rate of how quickly you can return to that state of peace from having that thought or trigger or fear, and also how you feel towards it as well. So number 1 is you will feel less triggered over time. Number 2 is that you'll have a more consistent vibration. So when you're doing that inner work and you're healing and you're releasing things, fears, traumas, wounds, whatever it is, you are going to notice that you have a more consistent vibration of feeling positive, of feeling happy. You're going to notice, and we are human. It is physically impossible to feel happy and high vibe all of the time. That is not how we are wired. There is polarity in all of the universe. We are cosmic beings who have balance, who have polarity, and who experience the yin, the yang, the masculine, the feminine, all of these polarities. So we wouldn't know what it's like to live a happy life and be positive if we didn't know what the opposite was. And sometimes, we need to have that inward period of maybe not feeling so great or doing that inner work, so that we can have that summer, that outer experience where we're manifesting, things feel good. So witness what season of life you're in right now. And what I mean by having a consistent vibration is that more so you will see yourself moving up the emotional scale solidly, instead of like being all over the place, up, down, left, right, whatever it is. You're going to notice yourself being more consistent with your vibration. Even if something happens, even if you get triggered, something happens, or you have like a bad day, or you're feeling collective energy, you're going to be able to come back to that neutral space a lot quicker, and you're not going to notice those big, shifts of 1 minute being high vibe, the next being rock bottom. You're going to feel a more consistent shift, that even if you go down 1 peg, you're still going to be working up. It's not going to be right from the top. It's not going to be as big, should we say, the big drops of energy. You're going to feel more consistent, and you're going to be working up that emotional scale gradually and sustainably, meaning that your vibration is consistently, it's not to say you're not going to have bad days, you're also going to have really positive days, but you're going to feel more consistent in your vibration and you're going to feel more consistent in yourself. So this is a big sign that that inner work is paying off when your vibration is feeling more and more consistent and you're not having the really highs and the really big lows. It's more of that working up with that sustainability and consistency. Number 3 is you are seeing shifts and miracles. So when you're doing the inner work, just like everything in this universe is one gigantic mirror, when you're doing the inner work, that outer work is going to reflect back to you as well. So a big sign of that inner work paying off is that you are seeing shifts and miracles in situations or places or areas of your life where maybe you weren't seeing it before. So when you're witnessing what's inside of you and doing that inner work, those outer situations, those outer experiences are going to shift with you as you are raising your vibration and shifting, meaning that you're going to start seeing those shifts, those miracles that you've been asking for. They may be quite subtle to start off with, but you will start one by one seeing those shifts in those areas which maybe felt quite stuck, or maybe you haven't seen those shifts or miracles in for a while because you are showing up, you're doing that inner work. So you will start to see that around you. And even if you see shifts and miracles in areas where maybe you didn't have any issues or it didn't feel bad before, at least you're seeing that that abundance is returning and that you're seeing shifts. You're starting to feel shifted yourself, meaning that you're shifting into that version of yourself who is embodying that healing that you're doing. Number 4 is that you're feeling more at peace and connected with yourself. So when that inner work is paying off, it's not to say that nothing is ever going to trigger you again, or you're never going to have a bad day ever again, not at all. Or maybe even that you're never going to think those thoughts or fears or limiting beliefs again. That's not how it works. You may still feel them from time to time, but overall, like I said, with you will feel more consistently in your vibration, you are going to feel more consistently at peace with yourself, where you can witness when something triggers you, witness when something comes up for you, and be able to work through that in a place of peace and neutrality. Not always we can be neutral in situations, I understand that, but as much as possible, work from that neutral space in yourself where you're not working from fear, you're working from a grounded place. So you're going to notice that you feel more connected to yourself because you're learning more as you're shedding those layers, those skins as such, or you're shedding the trauma, the wounds, the limiting beliefs. As you're shedding these layers of that onion as such, you're going to get closer and closer to yourself and feeling connected because you're learning, you're becoming familiar with this version of yourself who doesn't experience those traumas or fears or beliefs anymore. So you're going to feel more connected to yourself and more grounded and at peace with life and with yourself because you're removing anything that's caused that disruption. So that's a big, big sign and something I've experienced myself when that inner work is paying off. And lastly, number 5 is you're manifesting. So when that inner work is paying off, of course, as well as those shifts and miracles, you're going to see your manifestations come into fruition. Now, I'm not saying like everything is going to magically appear at once. You will see it again as that kind of, shifts and miracles that are coming into your life where things just miraculously appear, where you're manifesting all of a sudden, or maybe an area that's felt quite blocked because you're doing that inner work, boom, something turns up out of the blues. So seeing that you're manifesting is a big, big sign that that inner work is paying off because it shows you and literally is proof that you are working to clear what stands in between you and your manifestation, because remember, that's what law of attraction is. You have to identify what stands between you and your manifestation. Is there blocks? Is there limiting beliefs? Is it trauma? All of these things. It's identifying what stands in between you both and then clearing that. So if your manifestations are coming to you, you're clearing those blocks. You're clearing that way for abundance and you're getting into the stream of abundance as such. So manifesting, even if it's not particularly the one area that you want to manifest and you're working on with that inner work, the fact that you are manifesting in other areas is proof, because remember, our vibration is everything. So as you're doing that inner work, you're clearing your vibration as a whole, meaning that even if you are manifesting money, for instance, but your block's in work, you're still manifesting money. You're still manifesting abundance, meaning that that work situation or family situation, whatever it is going to shift and manifest too, because you're getting into that stream of abundance and you're unpeeling these layers, working through through the layers and clearing the way for that manifestation to come into your life. So if you're manifesting, that is also a good sign that that inner work is paying off. And even if you're not seeing the manifestation, like I said, with that particular area, shifts and miracles is still manifesting. Shifts and miracles is progress and steps towards that manifestation. So leave the past in the past, see the situation with fresh eyes, and know that that inner work is paying off if you can resonate with these 5 signs that I've given you today. And even if you're not feeling these right yet, because there is so much going on cosmically right now, like I said, with eclipses and retrogrades, solstices, all of the above, there is a lot of heavy energy. You know, there is a lot coming up for people right now. There is a lot. And pretty much 90% of my coaching sessions over the last month have been relationship related, traumas coming up, wounds coming up. So, you know, even in my business sessions. So it is a running theme with everybody. You are not alone. And I did a podcast on this a week or so ago, actually, about why we need to share how we feel right now. So if you're feeling like you want more on this topic, go and head over to that podcast episode, because I talk openly about the energy more that we're experiencing, and also why it is important that we share how we're feeling with others right now and speak up and you know, witness how we're feeling, because we are all in this together. And sometimes that inner work can feel really tough, repetitive, like I said, never ending. And it's about, you know, sometimes having fun with that inner work as well. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I've learned now to have fun with the inner work. When something comes up, I'm like, cool, great, let's work with this, instead of thinking, oh God, another thing. Because the more that you can inject fun into it, that is the vibration of manifesting. When you can do everything with fun and a positive attitude instead of fearing it or, you know, avoiding it, you're going to clear it so much quicker, and get to that more consistent place in those 5 signs I've given you today more easier. So keep going, Queen. You are doing so great wherever you are at right now. And I hope these signs resonated with you. And if you're not at that stage yet with it, then keep going and keep focused, and use this video as inspiration to work towards that. So thank you so much, guys, for watching my YouTube video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. And don't forget, you can join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. And don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below with your thoughts on this, because I always love to hear them and I reply to every comment. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a great week whatever you are up to. I hope this video has really served you, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love, guys.